Do you think the housing market is going to crash? I am curious. I have a lot of people in my feeds coming in and saying that the housing market is going to crash. It is a sure thing. Prices are going to plummet. And I'm curious to know what your thoughts are. As I'm sure you're aware, I do not think the housing market is going to crash because of simple supply and demand. So let's go ahead and get into this. For those of you guys that don't know me, my name is John Camps, also known as Mortgage Unk. And I help people buy, sell, and refinance every day on this app. So like I said, simple supply and demand. In 2007, there was 4 million homes on the market. And specifically in 2007 of July is when the supply peaked in housing at 4.04 million homes on the market. And this was an extreme oversupplied market for a couple of reasons. Number one, you had builders overproducing. Number two, you had demand collapsing because of credit tightening when the cards started to fall. And then number three, you had shadow inventory, which were people that went into foreclosure, which exacerbated the supply problem. And let's compare that to today, early 2026, there are 1.3 million homes that are actually for sale on the market. And some more liberal data sets would actually put the total inventory at 1.4 to 1.9 million when taking into account actual listings and total inventory. And as I'm sure you've heard due to the media, recently inventory has ticked up due to the seasonal nature of home buying. But even with this recent inventory build, we are still way below the national average of listings, which is at about 2.2 million. So in 2007, you have roughly 4.04 million homes on the market, much weaker buyers that are going to be told they can no longer qualify for a mortgage. So you already have too many homes on the market, and the market about to tell half of the current demand that they can no longer qualify for a mortgage. And let's not forget about the shadow inventory that I earlier mentioned. From 2008 to 2012, when the shadow inventory was unleashed on the market, total inventory peaked at 5.5 million to 6 million homes on the market. And let's compare that to today, where there are too few homes on the market, albeit there are affordability constraints that are dampening demand nominally. But the fact remains that even today, with a population that is much larger, we are still 50 to 70% below the 2007 inventory that spawned the housing collapse. Roughly, inventory would have to double or triple today to compare to the inventory amount before the crash. And this is precisely why you are seeing some pricing pressure in some markets, but you are not seeing a systemic crash like we did in 2008. And months of supply tells the real story. In 2007 to 2008, there was 10 to 11 months of supply. From 2008 to 2012, there was 12 plus months of supply, and in some markets, there was 20 plus months of supply. Compare that to today, where nationally we have 3 to 4 months of supply. So guys, the bottom line is I don't think that the market is going to crash, but I am very curious to all the housing haters on there. Why do you think the market is going to crash? And more specifically, in order for supply to far outpace demand, where is this supply going to come from? Drop a comment. Let me know what you think. I hope this helps. Please let me know if you or anybody you know needs help buying, selling, or refinancing a home. Make it a great day.